Welcome to an all-new episode of DTV. I'm Phoenix City Councilman Daniel T. Valenzuela. On today's show, our safety check-in is all about water safety and drowning prevention. We'll learn about the Jewish Family Children's Service and celebrate a milestone for the Northwest Light Rail extension. But first, this month's Fit Phoenix segment is all about walking your way to fitness. Let's get moving. Fit Phoenix is more than just an aspirational goal. We really do want to be the healthiest city. We would like to be the healthiest city in the country, but certainly no reason why we can't be the healthiest city Phoenix can possibly be every day with these types of programs. It's a program that I'm honored to have had a chance to start with our mayor, Greg Stanton, who you will hear from in just a few moments, and also Misty Hyman, our Olympic gold medalist from the Sydney Olympics, who's been just more than a spokesperson. She has been someone who's been helping to drive this entire program of Fit Phoenix forward.
I think it's very special today that we're here starting another program, WalkPHX, which gives all of you young people and all ages an opportunity to come and be healthy, because you really don't have to train like an Olympian to be fit and healthy and be successful in everything else that you do. I know now, I'm retired from swimming. I don't swim 6 hours a day anymore. And sometimes that's hard for me to find time and a way to balance my professional life with my health and fitness life. And sometimes it's as simple as just taking a walk for a mile, just so I can get my heart rate up, get moving before I have to go on to my next meeting. And so I feel that for all of us to have an opportunity to get healthy, get fit, get outside and be active, it helps us in everything else that we do. I truly believe that each and every one of us has an opportunity to win our own gold medal in our own way. And being healthy and fit is the first step towards that goal, because when you're healthy and fit, young people, your brains work better. You can do better in school. You can be better in your community. You can be better family members. And so if you take care of yourselves, you'll be better able to take care of other people. And so that's why I think this is so important, and I'm so proud to be a part of it.
What WalkPHX represents, in my opinion, is that in order for you to participate in Fit Phoenix, you don't have to be an Olympic athlete. You don't have to be a world-class athlete. We just want you to get up and move. You need to start somewhere. And there are many people who think that fitness can't play a part in their lives. Maybe they've gotten away from fitness for a long period of time, for years and years, and they think they just can't do it. What we're saying here by putting these signs and setting these up at 8 Phoenix parks around the city is just give it a try. Just get out and walk a little bit, and we'll map it for you so you can keep track of your success. You can keep track of how you walk. We're going to make it as easy as possible for you. Fit Phoenix is for everyone. It's for young people. It's for everyone throughout, no matter what age you are. It's for our seniors and our senior centers. Fitness needs to be part of your life no matter where you are on the age spectrum, no matter where you are, no matter what neighborhood you live in. We're going to have WalkPHX tracks all over this city, in every single neighborhood. So all we ask as part of Fit Phoenix is to get off the couch and get out on one of these walking trails. If you want to take your fitness to the next level, to a higher level, we've got programs for you to do that as well. So we want you to live a better lifestyle in terms of eating a little more healthy, pay a little more attention to what you're eating, and get outside and take advantage of these things. I want to say, I'm just so excited to see so many kids that are here, kids that seem to be so excited about their futures. Keep buckling down and study, and great things are going to happen to you.
Coming up next, our safety check-in is all about water safety and drowning prevention. Keep watching DTV.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to DTV. I'm Phoenix City Councilman Daniel T. Valenzuela. Summer is here, and that means it is time to talk about water safety. Actually, it's always a good time to talk about staying safe around water. Joining me now are Deputy Fire Chief Shelley Jameson and Community Education Specialist and Paramedic Engineer Kelly Lieberman. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
Summer's upon us. As I mentioned, it's always a good time to talk about water safety. What are the statistics, or Kelly, what are the statistics typically every year around Phoenix?
Well, right now, actually, the average is about 75 drownings per year, and that's for the past 5 years. So, and that's drowning incidents, not necessarily fatalities, but as we've discussed before, is that it's not always just a fatality when it's drownings. You have lifelong deficits due to the brain injury. If, being underwater for longer than 4 to 6 minutes, you start to have brain damage, which is irreversible. So.
Now, we've all been on these drowning incidents, and I think if you ask any firefighter in the valley or in the state or the world for that matter, I think we would all agree, the majority anyway, this is the worst call you can get, especially a drowning when it comes to a child, right?
That's one of the main factors. It's a child, and when it is a child drowning, it is entirely preventable. So that's the most, I think, frustrating thing for firefighters. You arrive on scene and you have a situation that did not have to happen.
Right, and so then you get the evening news. The worst news we can get is, we lost the child. But Kelly, you touched on something. Sometimes what is reported is we saved that child. That child did not pass away, but that doesn't mean that that child doesn't have lifelong deficits. For the rest of that child's life, that person will never be the same, and that's also very sad.
Yeah, they could need, at-home care or hospital care on ventilation systems. There could be, again, brain damage that's irreversible, and it is sad. And you have these incidents, again, like we've all discussed, that they are preventable, and it is frustrating. And just getting out there and educating the community on how to prevent these from happening and bringing this awareness is going to be one of our biggest steps.
Absolutely. Look, I will tell you, I have a deep appreciation for all of our brothers and sisters who do this job, again, throughout this valley and the state, but especially what you do, as Phoenix Fire Department does on a proactive, and I think is second to none. Preventing the emergency before it happens in the first place. Now, you have some programs that are set up. Let's talk about that. What do we have, or what can families tap into, resources that the Phoenix Fire Department is offering to help keep their families safe around water?
They have a very robust system in place to educate the public about water safety. And we have a number of partners as well that we collaborate with in order to get that message out. In fact, Kelly has been one of our primary besides former Chief Bob Kahn, folks who have gotten out there and made this message. So tell them about some of the relationships that you have put together, Kelly.
What we've done is we've developed a program where we all are collaborating with each other, and it's the City of Phoenix organizations. I mean, first to mention aquatics, which we talk about swim lessons. Those are so important. We have people moving here from all over the country. And when people think swim lessons, it's not just for children and infants, but it's for adults as well. And for great prices. I mean, $15 for 8 swim lessons. And getting out there into the community and realizing we're not doing this to make profit, we're doing this to help prevent drownings and save lives. So the City of Phoenix Aquatics has been playing a big role in this. And then even getting our Phoenix police officers involved. Is a recent drowning in a bathtub, for example. They were the first on scene and did everything they could to start CPR and start trying to revive that child. So then you have our neighborhood services department getting out there in the community and gathering groups of people so we can go and educate them. And you have buildings. I never thought that buildings, but they're the ones that are out there building pool fences and doing code enforcement. And pool fences is just one means of protection, one barrier, but I mean, as pool fences get older, they erode underneath the ground and kids crawl underneath the fences, and there's a lot that goes into this. And getting these specialists from every area really, again, it increases our credibility and validity when we're out there in the community educating.
Actually, you were instrumental in finding funding for our Car 99, which is an individual who will go out and do pool abatement. So if your neighbor has a fence or a pool gate that is not working, in disrepair, you can call our fire prevention department and they'll send Car 99 out immediately, and they'll put a temporary fix in place and then make sure it gets done right away. So thank you for that.
Well, I'll tell you, Chief, I put the credit right back on to what you were doing. For those who are watching, fiscal year 13-14, we had a $38 million deficit, and one of the items that was on the chopping block, if you will, is Car 99, which is this roving fire prevention unit that's up 24/7, 365, and we got Grand Canyon University in a partnership, public-private partnership. They contributed $100,000 to take Car 99 off that table because it is absolutely vital. But they only learned about it because you were out promoting how important this is to the community. So again, I did work on that. I worked diligently on it. It means a lot to me, but you deserve a great deal of credit, and GCU and everyone else realizes that this is the last place we should be cutting. We shouldn't be preventing emergency, we shouldn't be cutting that department. When you see lights and sirens, it's already happened. How do we prevent it from happening in the first place? And I can see the passion coming from both of you, and I just think it's great.
The interesting thing is you can't count how many lives you save with a program like that. We always tally the ones we lose, so I'm sure it's numerous, so thank you.
Well, Kelly, you just mentioned, a few minutes ago, 75 incidents, typically, usually a year. Some are fatalities and some are not, but all impact the entire community very deeply. But you're right, Chief, we don't know how many lives are being saved, and because of that, it's really hard to measure, and so sometimes it is one of those things that's talked about being cut, which is, I think, ridiculous. And I think if you were to ask any firefighter, they would feel the same. Now, Kelly, when there is a drowning, Phoenix Fire and many Valley firefighters take part in what we do after the drowning in any particular neighborhood. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, the wave walks, and that's water awareness, vigilance, and education. And what it was, this was created a couple years ago in collaboration, again, with multiple agencies, with City of Phoenix Aquatics, even some of our, the fire academies, some of the junior colleges getting their recruits out. And again, even the council members have been out there and joined us in these. And what it is just getting our fire trucks, our police department, everybody that we can in a volunteer basis and get out there in the community and canvass that neighborhood where the drowning occurred. And it does a couple things. It educates the community, and we have CPR DVDs, and we have water safety checklists to check their home, interior and exterior, to kind of, wow, kids are drowning in more than just pools, but it is bathtubs. An infant can drown in a dog bowl. I mean, it only takes 2 inches of water for the face to be submerged. So we get out there, and then it also brings a sense of comfort to the community as well. I mean, when you mentioned before, when you turn on the news, oh my gosh, I just saw a drowning, and that was 2 houses down. And then the next day, we're out there comforting, educating, bringing awareness, and trying to support the neighborhood as well during those times.
I have to say, it absolutely could happen to anyone, and it's so important that we all are aware of that. Any drowning victim, and I'm talking about the entire family, I'm sure they didn't wake up one morning saying today would be the day. So it could happen to everyone or anyone, and it's just important that we continue to move that education forward. More information can be found on the Phoenix Fire Department website. We have a little more time. Again, summer months, it's drowning awareness, but it's also heat safety. Can you give us a few tips on heat safety before you go?
That's very a call that we run on frequently, not just the mountain parks where we'll have hiking accidents. Either people get overheated and have a heat emergency, they trip and fall, they're not prepared for it. So the heat is to be taken seriously. Another one is children in cars. The car can heat up like an oven immediately, so don't leave your kids in cars. Don't leave your pets in cars. I've been on that call as well, where we've had to break a window to get the dog out. The keys were locked inside, whatever the situation. Don't leave any live creature inside a hot car. And if you're going hiking, drink plenty of water, go early in the morning, get it done before 8:30. Tell somebody where you're going, when you intend to be back, and don't overestimate your abilities.
Well, Chief Jameson and Engineer Lieberman, thank you both for joining us here on DTV. Again, more tips can be found on the Phoenix Fire Department website. We'll be right back after this short message. Keep watching DTV.
As quickly as you're distracted, so is a child enticed. Kids don't float. They drop like a rock. They don't make a sound. Wake up. Someone's still not listening. Our children keep drowning.
Welcome back to DTV. I'm Phoenix City Councilman Daniel T. Valenzuela. Since 1935, Jewish Family and Children's Services has been on a mission to strengthen our community through health and social services for our families. Joining me now is the organization's president and CEO, Dr. Michael Zent. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Councilman Valenzuela.
My pleasure. Dr. Zent, tell us first a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with the organization? And,
well, I've been with Jewish Family and Children's Services about 6 years now, but I grew up in the Valley, and I've been involved in mental health and behavioral health for, at least 40 years now. I hate to say that, but at least 40 years.
That's a lot of experience. That's great.
A lot of experience, yes.
That's a commitment.
It's a commitment, yes.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about JFCS.
Okay. Well, JFCS is a large provider of behavioral health services. It's community-based. It's not-for-profit. It's been here, as you said, we're coming close to our 80th birthday. And we have large clinics and provide a lot of services to kids throughout the Valley and to adults. I think we are actually the largest provider of kids' behavioral health services in the Valley. So we have an East Clinic, we have a clinic at 59th and Bell, we have one at 105th and McDowell, and we have one at 33rd Avenue and Thomas.
Which happens to be?
The Catalina
Clinic. Office, which is in Phoenix District 5, in Maryvale.
It is. It's in Maryvale, right in the heart of Maryvale, and serves a lot of the residents from Maryvale. Probably 95% of the people that come there from the Maryvale area.
Now, I've been on a couple of tours
yes.
there. Most recently, I took a tour. I was able to see firsthand just the quality of care and service that is provided from the staff to these children and families. Let's talk about the staff. These are some very, like yourself, committed and just gifted people.
Most of the staff we have are very, very dedicated. They've been there a long time. We have a lot of experienced staff. They're really committed to kids and the families, and they're committed to making people's lives better. Most of the people we see have really serious kinds of problems. Kids have a lot of problems, adults have problems, family has problems, and so they come in, and the staff really do a good job of helping make their life better.
Yeah, again, I have to tell you, just you can see the level of care and commitment because you're right.
We're very proud of the staff. We're very proud of the staff that we have at JFCS.
Right. Now, I got to tell you, I'm proud of JFCS. I know that you've outgrown that building in Maryvale, and there were some decisions that had to be made, and frankly, something that could have been talked about is whether you move into you need a larger building.
We do.
The question is, do you move into a larger building that's outside of Maryvale, for an example? And when I took this tour, that was one of the things that was discussed, and you said from the very beginning, and as well as your colleagues, we're not moving. This is where we need to be. You just mentioned there's a need here.
Absolutely. That Maryvale area, as you probably know, has one of the highest needs, if not the highest need in the state. It has a lot of kids that have behavioral health problems. It has the largest number of kids coming out of the home from Child Protective Services, or what's now called Department of Child Safety. So all those kids and families there are very high risk. It's a relatively low income area. We had a choice to take a clinic somewhere else, but we've been there 17 years at the same site. And so people are used to coming there for help. And many people come by public transportation. And so we did not want to leave that area. We did look for a building, but it was hard to find a building in that area. We finally did.
That's right. You finally did, and we're going to get there in just a moment. the children that you describe, many of them need services like this. The right thing to do is they hang in there and provide that service. These are our children, and it's important that we never turn our backs on them. And obviously the behavior and the character of JFCS is the epitome of that. And so this is our community. There's some great things happening in Maryvale as well. It's my, I'm biased, absolutely. It's a great community, but frankly, it is a community that also has those with great needs, great needs as well. Yes. Tell us about this building that you'll be moving into at some point.
Well, it's called the Catalina Health Center, and the reason we're calling that is because not only were we providing behavioral health services, but now we're trying to revamp and provide some additional services to people in the community. Those kids, we see about 6,000 people there, and about half of those are kids at the Catalina site. So as you know, that site was crowded, and actually our waiting room was so filled up we had to have people spilling out of the waiting room. So we really needed to move. We looked for 4 years. We finally found a building relatively close across the street, and we're in the process of redoing that building, purchasing it, and we plan to be in a larger space over the next 6 months.
That's wonderful. Now, I think a lot of people also don't realize that this is a shoestring budget, frankly. I mean, this is an you have some some people coming forth from the community willing to contribute, large organizations. I was there recently when one of the major organizations right here in the Valley made a nice contribution. But anyone can make a contribution.
Anyone can make a contribution, and we're just at the sort of the beginning stages of looking at fundraising or going out to the community. We can't do this ourselves, but the need is tremendous, and we've found a good location. We need help putting it all together, so we'll be talking to business people, to other people in the community, and trying to get support for the project.
That's wonderful. How can one learn more about it? They want to be
involved? A couple ways. I mean, one, we have a website. It's jfcsaz.org. .org, and there's information on the website.
That's great. Now, we have a little more time. Why don't we get into a couple of the details here? So what types of services actually can people expect? They may or may not know that there's something for them at JFCS. What types of services are offered?
Well, currently, we offer a wide range of behavioral health services. We offer what we would call some of the traditional behavioral health services, which are people coming in and seeing a counselor. For example, we do assessments. We work with trauma. We're one of the few agencies that have a lot of trauma-trained staff, and what that means is if kids have been abused or neglected, they can get a special assessment and special counseling. We also have programs for adolescents, for teaching adolescents job skills. People who have come out of foster care system often don't have the same skills that other kids 16 or 17 have, so we have programs that help them get job ready, if you will, and live independently. At the same time, we have children's programs that cover everything from 0 to 5. We have some very specialized assessments. People will not believe that you can get a referral for a 6-month-old baby, but I guarantee you can. And so you have to have very specialized skills to assess the needs and provide services to the family or to the foster care family or whoever has custody of the child.
Dr. Zent, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for the mission. And for more information, jfcsaz.org.
And thank you, Councilman Valenzuela, for your support for our agency.
Thank you. We'll take a short break and be right back. Keep watching DTV.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it.
saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Kids don't float. They drop like a rock. They don't make a sound. Wake up. Someone's still not listening. Our children keep drowning.
We recently celebrated a major milestone for the Northwest Light Rail extension. This is a project that has been a major passion of mine since taking office. We expedited construction to move the deadline up by several years. Now the first track has been laid and community and city leaders came out to celebrate. 3.2 miles of light rail will provide sustainable transportation to residents of District 5, traveling 19th Avenue all the way to Dunlap. We will keep pushing until District 5 is completely connected to this economic engine.
We are not stopping. We are moving forward as a city, and public transportation is essential to our success.
This is also an event for the community. We have local vendors from restaurants, and we have games. We have a state fair vintage-themed event where kids are here enjoying not only the games, but also the construction equipment, and we have some food from local restaurants. Just very much a family type of event.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of DTV. Please feel free to call my office, send an email, or visit phoenix.gov/District 5. And you can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching DTV.